Hello there. We're back here again with your soft-percolating best internet girl, Carmela. Today, we're back here again. I'm not making any sense. Today, we'll be playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. I personally haven't played this game, but it's a nice pace of change. It's a nice change of pace, yeah. And let's just start the video. Sorry, I'm still sick, so I'll be coughing like from time to time. I hope you understand that. Okay, then without further ado, let's just start the video, shall we?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Until... what happened
And then
next?
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Wow.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, is this my cue too? Oh, yes. Hello
All
there.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That
Stanley
means
decided
I'm
to
the
go to the meeting room.
last
Perhaps
co-worker
he had
here.
simply missed a
I
memo.
mean, the last here. I don't know where I should go.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No! I'm a rebellious
This was
child.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No. What is that? Oh, I can't do anything.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No! I'm a rebellious child.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I
Then who
realize
are
that
you?
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Yes.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
And
Someone
that
you've
is?
forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by your... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, I'm dead now.
Go.
Okay, let's go.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off
Just
on the
shut
wrong
up,
foot
you.
here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Or is it?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
And
Please,
that is?
stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
No.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who is that her you're talking
This
about?
is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem
No.
yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back
Who is
into
her?
your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, it's dark in here.
That's her, Stanley. You
Okay.
need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith... Oh, no, you can't... Did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
I don't know.
You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
That's
Not
it?
picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action.
And
How
then?
is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see...
What?
No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yes, I'm a real person. I'm
I
Carmilla.
can't believe I was so mistaken.
Oh.
This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
No, I don't
well, I won't have
understand.
that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Practice. Yeah.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Okay.
Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will
I'm
guide you in an
slightly annoyed.
exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay.
Ah, welcome back. You may
Hey,
have
hello
noticed
there.
that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction.
Okay.
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to
I
revisit a choice
go
you
outside?
made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Which way? That way? Okay. Door? I can't even open the door. Okay. Let's go back.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Oh. We're back. Can I go through here? No. Oh well. I'll go back. You forced me to do it. I can't even go. Oh well. Let me do your narrative.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay. I hear you.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That
And
means
that is?
choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Okay.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I'm just messing around with you. Okay, I'm here. And what do? Here's the meeting
It's
room.
ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what?
Future was
What did you
yesterday.
get out of
Tomorrow
that?
is
What
now.
did you think was so special about seeing the game undone?
I don't
Left here like
know.
so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that?
I don't
I can't
know.
erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
I need some tissue. I'll be right back.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Yes, I'm a child.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to
I hear you.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Yeah.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, yeah. Here's the meeting room.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Boss's office.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, boss. No boss either.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated
I
this
don't know,
until
perhaps
he saw the door with a
Jesus.
voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode.
Okay,
He had
passcode.
seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
115.
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Shark 115.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This
I
is a
don't know.
crucial step. Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to
Okay.
suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story
115.
seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over
Well, I
there.
did
Why did
that.
you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
No, everything is not
Stanley,
okay.
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
No, it's not important.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
I don't
Whatever choice
understand
you make
you.
is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please.
I'm here.
Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me?
I can hear you, but I
Are you
can't do
there? Are you
anything.
listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
Okay.
It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
That's the end. I've been really bad. Let's go through the settings and see the controls. Jump its space. E to interact, crouch to left control. Oh, that's how it is. Okay, resume the game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah.
Yet there was not a single
No
person
one is
here
here.
either. Feeling a wave
This
of
or not
disbelief,
getting fired.
Stanley decided to go
Talk
up to his
less to
boss's
unbelievably
office, hoping
amazing
he might
work.
find an answer there.
Okay. Using slots to assure employees that everything is okay. Everyone is unique. You, most of all. Yes. Okay, bye.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yes.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh!
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
Okay,
I have to go
wake
back
up,
to my
Stanley.
boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
The end.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Wake up!
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
And
I'm
it's
through
not
with
a
this
dream.
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife
My
job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Is it?
I am okay.
And then we're still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? and everything went black.
Bloop. And I died.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What? Who's this?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Okay.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Stanley.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Okay.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
What?
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? I'm enjoying this way too much.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's go to the meeting.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
And that is
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Very
Stanley
random
happened
indeed.
to input the correct code by sheer
Amazing.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Yes. Hello there. What is this? Where is this? Where am I? Oh. Are we dead now? Oh.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Okay.
Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, I need more candy.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Oh, I can escape?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Can I go back?
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live. Nope, still on board with death.
Okay. I'm curious though.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Let's go and die.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Die. Bye. I died. Or did I die or not? Oh, I'm still here.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Okay.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye. Oh, I died.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm still here.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Okay.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I'm still here.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Freedom ending. This was very incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Oh, I'm free. Oh, I am free.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Oh,
No,
this is
perhaps
interesting.
not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Okay.
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward.
Oh, resume.
Would you be walking someone else's path? Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
I died. Yeah. So? It's black. Well, at least I'm free. I was free.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I think
Perhaps
that's
he had
it
simply
for
missed
today.
a memo.
Did you enjoy this game? If you did enjoy this game, I'm going to play it another time. It's pretty interesting with the narratives and all. There would be... how many endings is it? Settings... how many endings? I don't know how many endings this game has. But this is quite interesting. We can make our own choice and our own set of options that we have. Okay then, please don't forget to click like and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget your mask. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!